Hi friends, it's Tuesdays with Tonya. I'm Tonya here with My County Link, and today we're delving into some more history on Darke County. Today we are going to talk about Kathryn Magnolia Johnson. So let me get my readers back on here so we can see it better. Kathryn Magnolia Johnson was born on December 15th, 1878 in Darke County, Ohio. She was back then it was called the Greenville Settlement, so it's also known as Longtown. Johnson's parents were Walter and Lucinda Jane McCown Johnson, and her brother Joseph Lowry Johnson was a physician who later became the U.S. ambassador to Liberia. Now, Johnson went to high school in New Paris, Ohio, and she graduated in 1895. She received a bachelor's degree and a certificate after she attended Wilberforce University in Wilberforce, Ohio, and she also studied at the University of North Dakota in 1908. Now, let's talk about her teaching career, and she was an activist, okay? So her teaching career was in Ohio, North Carolina, and Kansas City, and then she also, while teaching a high school, Johnson joined the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People as one of the first members when it was first formed in 1909. During her time in the association, Johnson was a sales representative for the NAACP's journal called The Crisis. As a branch organizer in the association, she was also responsible for helping dozens of branches of the association throughout the South. Now, as she was in the NAACP, she began to criticize it a little bit about the leaders that they had in it and so forth. And so she joined the Young Men's Christian Association, which is the YMCA, and she worked there. Now, the YMCA ended up sending Johnson and her co-worker, Addie Waits Hutton, to France. And while they were in France, they were to be examining the treatment of the African American soldiers during World War I. Now, she was the volunteer and secretary of the YMCA, and World War I France established the Frederick Douglass Hut at Camp Ponanizan outside of Brest, France, and that is where she developed an education system for the African American soldiers. She taught them how to read and how to write. So that helped them to be able to write letters back and forth at home. And so if they were illiterate, they were to take this course with her, and then she taught them how to read and to write. And then when she returned home, Johnson and Waits, they wrote the book called Two Colored Women with the American Expeditionary Forces, 1920. So you can look that up as well, and you can read more about that. So now her later life and her legacy. So Johnson's mission after returning from France was to spread activism against racial oppression by promoting literacy. Johnson began a nationwide campaign to help improve the civil rights through promoting literacy. Now, she has some other books by different authors that she's got on her site, or not her site, I should say, but as you research, you can look up some other books that would let you, if you want to read more into that. She's got about different, looks like 4 or 5 different books, but they're by other authors, but you can connect to those when you search her name online as well. So by being a bookseller, Johnson hoped to promote reading among African Americans in order for them to learn more about their historical contributions and hopefully to then inspire them to take action and fight against racial oppression. Over the years, Johnson had traveled over 9,000 miles and sold 15,000 books. Johnson's work also helped show the possibilities as well as the restrictions that African American women had during this time period. And then she passed away, it looks like in Chicago, and she died on November 13th, 1954. So a little bit of history right here in Darke County on Kathryn Magnolia Johnson. She was instrumental in the NAACP and with the YMCA, and then what she did when she was sent over to France as well, when she created the school there. So just a really cool, another piece of history right here in Darke County. So go ahead, Google her. Again, it's Kathryn Magnolia Johnson. I got most of this information right here on the Wikipedia, so you could continue. Like I said, there's some other books if you want to connect to and read more about her, you can do so. But stay tuned, and we will see you next week. A couple things I do want to tell you. So reminder, this weekend is the Fall into Christmas event out at the Darke County Fairgrounds. There's all kinds of things. You've seen it on our site. all the events they've got going on. They've got the food vendors, the craft set up, all the booths that are set up. They've got the big event there in front of the grandstands, and they have the horse parade. They have all kinds of things. So make sure that you check into that. You can find it right on our website under the events and the fall into Christmas this weekend. So make sure you check that out. And you might have heard me say My County Link, right? So if you didn't get a chance to see our press release yesterday, you can still see that. We have expanded and grown, and we're so thankful for all of you in joining that with us. So we are now going to be called My County Link. We have a new logo, which we thought, we must have a new name with it, right? Let's make it fun. Same people, same great team, same great coverage, except this actually allows us to even expand our coverage. So you're going to be seeing even more content, if you will, even though I feel like we do put out a great content every day. You're going to be able to see even more. We're going to be able to connect our communities even more. So keep watching, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day.